Once upon a time, in the lush and leafy junglewood forest, there lived two friends, Jerry the giraffe and Momo the monkey. Despite their differences, they shared a strong friendship that was known far and wide. Jerry, with his long neck and towering height, could nibble on the sweetest leaves high up in the trees, while Momo, with his quick and agile limbs, could swing and leap from branch to branch with ease. One breezy afternoon, Momo became curious about the juicy leaves that Jerry often munched on. Jerry, those leaves you eat look delicious. Could I try some? Asked Momo with a hopeful twinkle in his eye. Jerry chuckled softly. Of course, Momo, but they're so high up. I can help you get them. But how about we try something fun together? Curious and excited, Momo agreed. Jerry lowered his neck gently, allowing Momo to climb up carefully. Perched comfortably on top, Momo now enjoyed a view from the tallest tree branches he had never seen before. Wow! Exclaimed Momo as he nibbled on the tender leaves. They were indeed as scrumptious as they looked. Meanwhile, from up high, Momo spotted something that Jerry couldn't see from the ground level, a bunch of ripe bananas growing on a tree nearby. Look, Jerry, some ripe bananas just for you. With a mixture of joy and laughter, they devised a plan. Momo, being the skilled climber, dashed to the banana tree in no time, swiftly grabbing a large bunch of bananas. It's teamwork, Momo! Jerry cheered from below. As the sun set, casting a golden hue across the forest, the two friends sat together, sharing the delicious spoils of their teamwork. You see, Momo, we make a great team, Jerry said, munching happily on the bananas. Momo nodded in agreement, wiping a leaf crumb from his whiskers. Yes, Jerry, we should remember, our strengths make us better friends. The wise old owl, who had been watching quietly, chimed in, individually, you are strong, but together, you are even stronger. And so, Jerry and Momo learned the valuable lesson that despite their differences, cooperation and friendship make them stronger than they could ever be apart. From that day on, they continued to work together, discovering new adventures in their beloved junglewood forest. And so, children, always remember, when you combine your strengths with your friends, there is nothing you cannot achieve together. Once upon a time, in the bustling village of Willow Creek, there lived a young boy named Oliver. Oliver was a bright and curious lad, always asking questions and seeking answers. But there was one question he couldn't answer: why his family was always poor. His father worked as a humble blacksmith, and his mother sold knitted blankets, yet they barely had enough to eat. Oliver often dreamt of changing his fate and bringing prosperity to his family. One sunny afternoon, while strolling through the fields, Oliver stumbled upon an old and peculiar-looking stone. It was unlike any stone he had ever seen, shimmering with vibrant colors under the sun. Intrigued, Oliver picked it up, momentarily forgetting his woes. As Oliver gazed at the stone, a gentle and wise voice echoed in his mind. You have found the stone of change, young Oliver. It has the power to alter one's fate, but only if used wisely. Oliver blinked in surprise, but excitement bubbled within him. How can I use this stone to change my fate? He asked aloud, though there was no one around to hear except the birds and the rustling leaves. The voice responded calmly. Understand that true change comes not from magical stones, but from the choices you make. This stone will grant you insight into the paths you can take, but you must choose the right one. With the stone in his hand, Oliver closed his eyes and concentrated. In his mind, he saw visions of different futures. In one, he was a wealthy merchant trading goods from distant lands. In another, he was an inventor creating wondrous machines. And in yet another, he was a teacher spreading wisdom throughout Willow Creek. Oliver realized that all futures required learning and hard work, no matter the path. Inspired, he decided to start small. He spent his days helping his father at the forge and learning about metals and craftsmanship. At night, he studied with the local healer, understanding herbs and remedies. Years passed, and with determination and effort, Oliver grew into a skilled artisan, respected and loved by the villagers. He opened a workshop that combined his knowledge of blacksmithing and healing, creating tools and remedies that improved everyone's lives. His family's fortunes changed, not by magic, but by his choices and hard work. Oliver's heart was full of gratitude, and he often taught children in the village, sharing the lesson he had learned. Remember, he told them, the power to change your fate lies in the choices you make and the heart with which you make them. And so, Oliver's simple discovery of the stone of change reminded everyone in Willow Creek that while stones and charms may seem enchanting, it is the strength of our choices and determination that truly changes our lives. In a small, bustling town, rumors swirled of a cunning thief who had stolen over 90,000 coins from various merchants. This thief, known only as the Shadow, was elusive, leaving behind no trace but the empty coffers and devastated shopkeepers. The townspeople were terrified, locking up their valuables and fortifying their houses, but nothing could stop the Shadow. One foggy night, the Shadow crept silently through the alleys, eyes glinting with anticipation. Disguised in dark clothing, the thief approached the largest mansion in town, the home of the wealthy merchant, Mr. York. Inside, Mr. York was oblivious to the impending theft and had fallen asleep in his luxurious bed. The Shadow skillfully picked the lock and slipped inside, step by careful step. However, the Shadow wasn't alone. A pair of watchful eyes followed the thief's every move. Rex, Mr. York's loyal dog, sensed the intruder and quietly trailed behind. As the Shadow began to snatch coins and jewels from the grand safe, Rex stood poised at the doorway. Suddenly, Rex let out a deep, resonant bark that echoed through the mansion. The noise startled the Shadow, who dropped a sack of riches, coins clattering on the marble floor. As the Shadow turned to flee, Rex lunged and grasped the thief's cloak with his powerful jaws, refusing to let go. Woken by the ruckus, Mr. York grabbed a lantern and hurried downstairs. He found Rex triumphantly standing over the subdued thief. The authorities were summoned, and the Shadow was unmasked, a familiar face in the crowd, trusted by many. The town rejoiced at the news of the thief's capture and praised Rex's bravery. Mr. York rewarded Rex with a medallion of honor and a feast fit for a hero.